Hey, what's up guys? This is Foryam again, back with a new Minecraft Dungeons video. Today's video is gonna be a little rant video where I complain about several things in the game as they pretty much ruin the end game of Minecraft Dungeons and of course also pretty much destroy the longevity of the game. And I think the developers really have to address these issues ASAP because seriously, they're gonna lose many people in their player base. Today we're gonna talk about the Ancient Hunts, the daily trials, why some of them are completely useless to do pretty much to get your hands on gear. So guys, let's get right to it. Alright, so guys, here we are in the base camp. Let's open up the map for a second so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about right here. We're instantly going to the other dimensions tab, and this is also the place where you can see both daily trials and also the Ancient Hunts popping up. Some people keep saying in the comments that I always pronounce it as Asian Hunts, but I mean Ancient Hunts. That's exactly what I'm going for. But anyways, you get the point, guys. We have these two awesome features, both the daily trials, which you can see right here. They will get you to a next level where you'll be able to get your hands on even stronger items with some pretty cool challenges. For example, this one gives you, the player only has torment arrows. Oh man, I actually want to do this one right off the bat, but at the same time, I am not, because really, the mob speed is increased by 30%. And 50% of the melee mobs are replaced with baby zombies. And the reward is going to be an item either rare or unique. And it looks really cool. And at the same time, you can get your hands on some daily trial exclusive items right here. For example, the bee nest armor with also the unique beehive armor, which is really awesome. But at the same time, guys, why would you want to farm for something like this? Recommended power level right here says 251. So that means you, of course, you want to get your hands on some stronger gear. But at the same time, when we expand this, the mission will drop these items. The completion rewards are 249 to 56 in total. So yes, you can get your hands on the maximum power level items right here. So that is really cool. But at the same time, why would you want to go for this? Because seriously, these will always drop both rare and unique variants of items. But we actually have even more powerful items right now, which you'll be able to find on the Ancient Hunts. So yes, let me just open up my inventory right here. We have gilded items right now. So not just uniques, but gilded uniques. So they both have a built-in unique enchantment, but also an extra gilded enchantment, which can be up to level 3. So that is very powerful. So for example, this one has a tier 3 rampaging. When we look at another weapon, let's see, some of them of course does have neat rampaging right there. After defeating a mob, there is a 10% chance to increase your attack speed by 50% for a short time. Normally it's the 5-second duration built in on the unique, but with gilded you can actually get your hands on one tier 3 15-second duration. Of course, rampaging is not fantastic on tier 3, but when you look at other enchantments like the critical hit right here, this one has a 20% chance to trigger instead of 10, so that is twice as many crits. And a lot more is interesting. For example, this one, 0 to 50% bonus damage on a tier 1 committed, but on a tier 3 it's a 0 to 100%, so you will deal so much more damage, as well as the dynamo, guys, from 6,000 almost 7,000 to 15,000 on tier 3. So always when you're looking at those regular uniques, guys, they aren't as interesting. The firebrand is such a cool weapon, guys. Seriously, when we equip this one, it looks so awesome. Let's also go to the target dummy for a second and hit this bad boy. So look at that, we deal 44,000 damage per tick pretty much right there. But when you find a regular axe, just a regular axe, as gilded really, this one will have the burns mobs as well. Look at that. You can even go to tier 3, and if we equip this one for a second, so we just dealt 44,000 damage per tick, but if we equip this one, just a rare axe, then we will actually be able to deal more damage. And this is almost 60,000, and this one is even on a lower power level. So if we can get this one up to 251, let's say, it's gonna deal even more damage. So right now we pretty much have a new order of rarities in Minecraft Dungeons, and these definitely mix up the game. The end game really, because you will be able to find regular axes, which are pretty cool. Then if you find a unique, a Highland axe for example, or a firebrand, this one will have a built-in enchantment, which is for example the burns mobs right there. But then if you go for Ancient Hunts, you will be able to find a common or rare axe with a tier 3 burns mobs. So that means it's going to become even stronger stronger than a unique. So right now, uniques all of a sudden aren't interesting anymore because, of course, the rare variants will pretty much replace them. They are so much more powerful. And then after that, we also have the unique gilded variants, which are currently the very best items which you can get your hands on in the game. I was so happy to find this one with a tier 3 critical hit right there and some other cool enchantments. For example, the Radiance, Busy Beast, not fantastic, but also the Shockwave, another Radiance. It's not a item which I'm planning to use, but you get the point, guys. Gilded items are so much stronger than regular items, like the regular rares, regular uniques. So when we look at the map one more time, of course, it can be cool to get a very awesome item from the daily trials, but at the same time, they are simply not the best. Yes, you can get your hands on one with a pretty high power level, but at the same time, the real damage is coming from your enchantment. So if you find something with a high power level, it will of course always have more damage. But if you look at some things like sharpness, it will increase the damage on a weapon by 33%. And the just few power levels, let's say power level 256, they aren't going to deal 33% more damage. So if you find a unique gilded item from the Ancient Hunts with a, for example, plus 33% increased damage or something else, it will always deal more damage in compared to one from the daily trials. So in general, I think the daily trials are completely useless right now, except for one thing. Because, of course, you can get your hands on both weapons and armor as uniques, but then you sometimes will be able to find something else on daily trials as well, and that's the artifacts. So yes, you will be able to find artifacts on a higher power level on the daily trials as well, which is really cool. But at the same time, why would you do this? Because then again, we're going to look at the artifacts. So there are many different artifacts in the game. I think over 30 or maybe even over 40 right now already. But if we have a look at, for example, the Ironhide Amulet, this one provides a major boosted defense for a short time. I think it's always the exact same defense value it adds. It's like 50% more tanky. The only thing that increases when you get a higher power level is pretty much the duration. It goes to 0.1 second higher, let's say, but it really doesn't make such a big difference. Of course, the higher the power level is always the better, but why would you actually farm for this if we already have no problem at all dealing with the highest Apocalypse Plus difficulty? I mean, we are looking at a, for example, Mushroom Monstrosity level right here. When we just start this mission and we start to fight some of these cows, you will see that it is so easy, so it's definitely not worth farming for that one particular artifact to actually have a little higher power level. But seriously, we're just activating our Deathcap Mushroom right here. We even have speedrun gear. We're walking towards those cows. Of course, they're gonna hit me like a truck, but at the same time, they cannot one-hit kill me, so it's really not scary at all to be on this high Apocalypse difficulty with the current gear that I have. Of course, you can go with a higher power level, but in general, it really doesn't make any difference. So the more will come right here. It still doesn't feel like a problem. I can just keep killing these cows, and I am not even wearing really nice armor. Of course, the Fighter's Bindings is a pretty nice one, but you get the point, guys. It's not worth farming for gear if there is no challenge. So guys, honestly, I actually got a little bit stuck farming-wise for gear, because right now I'm currently sitting on the highest Apocalypse Plus difficulty, and when we play Ancient Hunts, of course, we can get our hands on some very awesome gilded items, but at the same time, it is no challenge anymore to play on the highest Apocalypse difficulty. It used to be, but people complained about the creepers, for example, reviving, making it so much more difficult. Electrified got nerfed, and some of these things are indeed good, but at the same time right now Apocalypse Plus is pretty much a joke, so I don't really feel like I should farm for better items, because I already have sort of the best items, because they allow me to snowball my way through the highest Apocalypse Plus difficulty without a problem. Seriously guys, check out the top right of the screen right now to see my build. It's a very simple build. It allows you to destroy this difficulty, both daily trials, bosses, Ancient Hunts. It is no problem at all. So yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys because it's a very big issue for the long-term survivability of Minecraft Dungeons itself. But seriously, when we look at the map once again, so you can get your hands on the armor and the weapons with a higher power level, but they aren't as strong as gilded items. And then we also have those with the artifacts. And yes, some artifacts are definitely going to be more powerful. For example, the Satchel of Elements. If you're going to get your hands on this one with a higher power level, it's going to deal even more damage. But then again, do you need it for the current max cap for the current Apocalypse level 7 plus 25? I don't think so. It's always nice to have the highest power level items in the game, and you can also brag to your friends a little bit, but in general I don't really see the point in farming for all these things if there is no real challenge in the end game of Minecraft Dungeons. So guys, there you have it, my thoughts on the current end game of the game. And I think the developers should really think about this, because they actually pretty much eliminated 50% of the end game, because we currently only have the Ancient Hunts, the Piglin Merchant, and of course also the daily trials as end game pretty much. Of course we can keep going for bosses, but really it doesn't make any sense. I think my hardcore longevity a little bit better, but then again I am just looking for a interesting end game for this game, and it's currently absent pretty much making me quite annoyed about it. I mean, we got our hands on the other dimensions, the Nether DLC, but at the same time I don't really see any point playing all these levels, because I currently have all the best stuff in the game already. So guys, there you have it, my mixed feelings about Minecraft Dungeons, especially the end game, because they literally removed like 50% of it, and this is a really bad thing. It definitely destroys the longevity of the game, so the developers should definitely address this problem as quick as possible. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video in any way. I know it was not very positive, but at the same time I think I should share my feelings with you guys, because maybe you also have those feelings, guys. Seriously, leave them in the comments down below. Share your thoughts with me, share your thoughts with the entire community, so everybody knows what's all about. I mean, we can keep telling each other that the end game of Minecraft Dungeons is awesome and we should keep farming for builds, but in the end, guys, there is no end game. So please stop farming for things you don't need. I mean, you can even do the highest Apocalypse Plus difficulty with, I think, power level 130 gear, or maybe even less if you're playing with a proper build, but of course that's maybe for another time. I'm definitely interested in making a new season for the hardcore survival series of Minecraft Dungeons. I enjoyed that one big time, so just share your thoughts in the comments down below, leave your opinion about that. Anyways, I am going to make a hardcore survival series for Valheim starting tomorrow, so I am very excited about this. You should also be there at the very first day of my survival world. It's gonna be a very awesome new series to the channel, and of course I'm working on the Minecraft server, which is gonna be live pretty soon as well. Let's say somewhere in April is gonna be a realistic deadline. Anyways, right now it is 4 AM out, guys. I love every single one of you. The channel is growing like crazy. It's literally on fire still. Soon, ASAP, a live stream, and I also have some very big things to talk about, but I'll share it very soon with you guys. So guys, peace out.